From primary school to NYC, we have been told one thing, which is work hard and you will succeed. But let me ask you a brutal question. How many people do you know that work hard and they are still broke? Yes. Let me give you an example. Your mom is hardworking, your dad is hardworking, your uncle wakes up 5 a.m. every day, but still yet they struggle to pay bills. This alone shows us that there is something wrong in that system. And before you can fully resonate with what I'm about to say, there have to be a shift in your mindset, in the way you think, because if you are still thinking in the old fashion or in the old version, you are not going to get the message clear of what I'm about to say. Now, today I'm going to be brutally honest in giving you this topic, which is money does not reward hard work in Nigeria. And you can ask, what is it then that money rewards? It rewards leverage, positioning, and control. Yes, and I'm going to dive into it. But before then, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Now, with that being put aside, I'll start by saying hard work is cheap in Nigeria. Yes, hard work is a cheap resources in Nigeria. Because if you look at it, everybody's hustling, everybody's stressed, everybody's tired. Because when supply is high, value tends to be low. This is what I'm trying to say. For example, security men work 12 hours and by the end of the month, they are paying 35. They are being paid 35,000 naira, 40, depending on the location or depending on the job description you are doing there. Cleaners work 10 hours and they are paid 25,000. And let's say, okay, the teachers also, teachers who train the nation are being paid 40,000 naira. You tend to understand what I'm trying to say. And the one that pains me the most is civil servants who work for 30 to 35 years and still retire broke. Let me give you a story. I grew up in the barracks and I see these things regularly while growing up. I just say, when you hear someone just retire after 35 years of service in the Nigerian army, and it is that time the person wants to build their first house or try as much as possible to get a land. I'm not saying that there are no other people who try to get these things, but it is mere of luck, because there are sometimes there's what they call operation or peacekeeping. If you can be shortlisted for that, you tend to make money from it, but it's not everybody that is being given. So, and before you know, and sometimes if your mindset is not rich enough, even if that big money you are expecting come, you are still going to waste it. Is by the time that you are at the last stage, that is when you remember all those stuff that you need to do at first. So I saw people retiring, and it is that time they want to buy their first house, build their house, or get something to function. And I was just like, is this how this work actually is? That you work for 35 years and you still retire broke, and before you know, repetition of system comes, and there is nothing to really show for it. And I said to myself, if this is how it is actually being done, I don't want to be involved. Because you can tell at that very age, I start to discover so many things. And I'm telling you, if hard work really pays in Nigeria, I think Nigeria will be one of the richest countries. But hard work does not pay anybody in Nigeria. It doesn't reward. I'm not saying you should not be hardworking, but you have to understand some certain things so that you don't have a wasted effort. You don't just work hard and at the end of the day you don't have nothing to show for it. So we are going to move into the other parts, the other topic, which is the subtopic under this main topic, which is what money actually rewards. Now, money rewards three things, which are control, positioning, and leverage. And I will start with the first aspect, which is control. Who owns the land? Who controls the platform? Who owns the system? Have you ever thought of this? This is what money gives. It rewards control, not the effect. You can't tell me that a man who owns 10 houses and sleep while rent enters will not be comfortable than a man who struggles to build his house or struggle to build the same house for years. You can try to picture what I'm trying to say. Let's say, for instance, you own a piece of land and you lease it out. You can't tell me that the person working in that land will earn more than you that owns the land. And the funny parts of this is that people that owns these big companies, big assets, big organizations or whatever, they are hardworking people in that organization, in that niche. So I'm not trying to say, okay, don't work hard. What I'm trying to picture, or the mindset I'm trying to make you have in this episode, is not just to work hard, but at least own a piece in the big pie. Just own a piece in the big pie. And the other one which money rewards, the second one which money rewards, is positioning. You can't, just like I said, let me give an example again. The owner of a bank and the cleaner in the bank, they are both hardworking. The same hard work but different outcome. Positioning. So where are you currently working? Where are you positioned? Where are you positioned in this space of the economy? Yes, you can't be the same person. Okay, everybody can't own a bank, but everybody can own a piece of the pie. Everybody can own it, but it depends on your personality, your ideology, and your mindset. That is why I said from the beginning, if your mindset, if you are still thinking like the old fashioned, you won't get this message properly. So you can see, or you won't tell me that the person, the owner of both company and the Uber driver, you can't tell me that the Uber driver definitely earns more than the owner of the owner of the boat company. These are hardworking people. I'm not saying that they are not hardworking, but the positioning matters. The positioning matters. With that being said, let's move into the third aspect of it, which is leverage. Leverage is simply something that makes your work easier even when you are not there. Something that still gives you, something that multiplies your efforts even when you are not there. I think that one is more understandable. Something that multiplies your efforts. Leverage is something that multiplies your efforts even when you are not there. For example, content. Let's say content creation. You see, the main reason why people are dishing out content, or people are going into content creation space, aside from the monetization, is that even if you are not there for like 10 years to come, people still go and watch your videos. That is, if you are valuable, if what you are producing out there is valuable, people will go there and rewatch your video. Even if you quit content creation, you just leave it there on the internet, people, definitely there will be more people coming for research and all those things. They will come and consume your content, and you still get paid for inside, from inside. You still get paid despite the fact that you are not working. Even in the asset space, those that treat their real estate like a business, even if they are not there, money still enters. The thing is that they are not, people don't explain these details. They don't explain these things in details. They just explain it halfway for us. That is why most of us just follow some hype, follow some trend. Most people just teach just because of hype and trend, just to get some certain followers, and by the end of the day they start to call themselves mentors and all this. But if you really want to make this money, someone said that there is big money in Nigeria. You just have to have the right lens. You just have to have the right lens. It is about who you know, who knows you, and what you can do. Before someone will recommend you, most of the big deals you see, they are not even done online. They are done in closed doors. But before somebody can recommend you, there's something that you need to know. There are some skills you need to have. What have you done before someone can say, okay, let me support, or let me push whatever you are doing. But most of us are just working to be at the bottom line. We don't I don't know, not everybody have the zeal to equally have to become rich, because we have been told that most of the things we are hearing is you don't need to be rich, you just have to be wealthy. Wealthy doesn't mean money. Bro, you just need money at every point. Money is very, very important, because when you have money you can do all those things with less. So it is about you, where you are positioning yourself also, that matters a lot, if you actually meet or see the right opportunity. So just like I said, it rewards control, not effect, the positioning and leverage. So leverage can be the content, the platform, whatever multiplies your efforts without you being there. So let's move to the other aspect of it, which is why school prepared you to be poor. This subtopic, I'm going to explain it very, very, very simple, in the sense that I'm not in any way trying to say that school is not important. School is important, but we are being taught on the old traditional method, in the sense that what we are being taught in school has been dead, or is dead since the 1990s, which is the industrial age. The industrial age, because when before those things came into being, at the booming of the industrial age, they were like, okay, how do we make people work in this factory, understand the machineries, understand this, understand that? And the word school came into being, in which, okay, you go there, if you look at, you are just going to learn some stuff, so that at the end of the day you can have something in the labor market to do. But actually it is not what makes you rich. It is not what actually gives you money. To some extent your certificate is needed, but mostly it is what you can do that matters more. And we are going into that shift. What can you do? What can you do? It is what you can do that matters more than your certificate. Certificate at some point might just be, okay, let's just use it to back you up, but it is what you can do, what you can deliver, that matters most. And school have taught us to be poor, but at the same time, school, we should see school as a tool, not just to go there to learn just so that we can know. We should use it as a tool. That is why I don't believe that anybody can just go to school and become poor. If you go to school and you become poor, definitely there are things that do happen, life do happen. But to me, it depending on the person, because school is where we learn a lot apart from just chasing the certificate. It is an eye opener to most of us. For me, school is an eye opener, but it is not where I want to be. I just need the certificate to, okay, let's say at least I'm educated. I went to school and all that, but it is not what actually the certificate is not what actually will determine if you will become rich, because there are people that control the world empire today that they even have that they don't have certificates. They don't have certificates. So it is what you can do. So school just only taught us how to be poor, not wealth. With that being said, now we look at the Nigerian money game. The Nigerian money game. And just like I said before, that there's big money in Nigeria, there's money in Nigeria. You just have to know you just have to have the right lens towards it. So we're going to be discussing about the money game or the money lanes, the 5 places I think money really circulates very well. And number 1 is assets, number 2 platforms, number 3 distribution, number 4 information, number 5 network. Asset, which is the land, property and business. Platform, the media, communication and tech. Distribution, who controls attention. Information, who controls knowledge. And 5, who control access. You can simply understand by just listening this thing I said. Most especially the attention, the knowledge and access. Not breaking news. Breaking news are not breaking news, because it is somebody that got the information before bringing out to you. We just call them breaking news. But there are some people that controls our attention. For instance, we might be focused on doing something in Nigeria, and before you know, Big Brother Nigeria should just come up. Everybody is distracted. You just want to focus on that, and they might use Big Brother Nigeria to shift or divert our attention. Or let's say, for instance, something might be going on, and one thing or the other, one small trend that doesn't even matters most, while discussing something important, that alone shift our attention. And there are people that push that agenda very well. The bloggers just give you what you want to hear, what you want to see, while the main information is inside. Who controls access? The knowledge. You think you know until you discover that you don't know anything. People bring out things for us to just consume, and these are, if you, in any industry, in any country, if you can understand this money link, not only in Nigeria as a whole, it is what is being, especially the information, the attention. And you can hear now that in today's world, attention is the new currency. What can you do to gain attention? And you can make something from there. So that is just it. And the funny part of it is that the hardest worker or the hard workers are inside this industry that I've just mentioned. The hardest workers, they are inside this industry that I've just mentioned. And you can see they are hardworking, but at the same time, not everybody is not being appreciated. But it still depends on what you can do. It still depends on what you can do, what you can dish out, what you can give out. That is why my advice for everybody is, this normal advice, they say be better than yesterday. Just be valuable. If you want the new attention, if you want the money like you are chasing, you just have to be valuable and find a way to leverage whatever you have. It might be your skill. Okay, how do you put this your skill? How do you put this your knowledge? How do you put whatever you know? How can you leverage it? It is through the media. You can use the media as leverage to reach out to more people. So just be valuable and know how to leverage. And also, another tip or I would give is that whatever organization, whatever job you are given, there's always a business side for it. So you discover the business side in whatever you are doing, because there are 5 things that build wealth, and number 1 of it is business. Also, as I mentioned in the 5 money lane or the 5 money games in Nigeria, you see assets, land, properties, business. Business is part of some part of the things that makes you wealth, that make you wealth. If you study the richest people in the world, you see that they are all into business one way or the other. So in whatever job you are doing, there's always the business side of it. So you now find out what you are good at and the business part of what you are doing. Just like I would tell everybody I come across with, love what you are doing, but at the same time, make sure you make money from it. Follow your dream, but sorry, at the same time, make money while doing what you are doing. And the other subtopic we are going to be discussing is your escape blueprint, and which I've just given, which is make sure you are valuable. Your salary should not be a survivor stuff for you. It should be a tool to leverage. It's something, your salary, you can use it to leverage to get to some certain points. So yeah, so number one is stop worshipping salary. Two, salary is not income, it is survival. Three, choose your leverage lane, then build in public. Document your process, build in public, then convert your efforts into assets. That is just it, into assets. Your goal is not to work harder, your goal is to own something that pays you back. So that is just how you can escape from inside. Number one, I say stop worshipping money and stop worshipping salary. Your salary should be your survival tool, not your income, because nobody makes it out of salary, but everybody started by earning a salary. And not all salary, though there are some people salary that it's worth it. So you should understand that part also. Not all salary, but there are some people salary that can even get your dream car. Let me just leave it at there. Then choose your leverage lane, pick a vision, pick a niche, and stay true to it. Have a vision, have what you are chasing, then build in public, because we are all in the show business. If there is no show, there is no business. So you have to show up before someone can see what you are doing, and maybe in exchange for your value being produced, money will be given. Document everything you're learning, you're building, you're failing. People just want to know your story. Your story is another content on itself, because people learn from what you are doing. So that is that, and we'll move to the last topic, which is the truth nobody tells you. And I want to tell you now. One of it is that your parents did not fail you. They were just using the old method or the old model. And if you keep obeying such rules, I think you will not make it the way you envision it. Yeah. You just have to go for it, regardless of what. You just have to go for it. You have to shift your belief, your mindset from that angle. Not what they are saying is wrong, but it is not what is applicable in this present age. They are giving us the old model. So you, as a graduate, some of us have the opportunity to go to school and live the life our parents could not live. So since you have that opportunity, you are supposed to even upgrade more. You are not supposed to even remain at that level or come back to their level. Most of us just go to school and still go back repeating the same method, the same model. And that is why we never get to move from point A to point B. So, and the other one I will tell you, to be to become wealthy, you have to be uncomfortable for a while. Yeah, most people confuse comfort for safety, but actually comfort is not, doesn't guarantee. Real security doesn't come from your salary or from being comfort, because at the end of the day, when you need to be financially independent, you know that you just have to be uncomfortable for a while. Yes, that is it. I want you to do something for me, which is, from today, stop asking yourself, how can I work harder? But ask yourself, what can I do to own, control, or position myself inside? If you really want to make this big money in Nigeria or in anywhere you find yourself, these are the questions you need to ask yourself. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay safe.